Archangel Michael says, silence is no longer safe because the whispers have grown into commands. This is about you, and two women who pretend to support you while sowing poison into the heart of your relationship. Behind your back, they are guiding someone you love into confusion, using manipulation masked as advice. They are not strangers. They are familiar voices you've trusted. They laugh in your presence but sharpen their words when you're gone. They are fueling doubts in the mind of the one closest to you. These women do not want your marriage to survive, because your union threatens their hidden control. Type Amen to get blessing 379. They have studied your habits, noticed the cracks, and are pressing fingers into them. They know when you argue, they know when silence lingers at your dinner table. They are watching for a moment when one small disagreement can explode. They want to create that explosion before you even notice who struck the match. They are giving advice that sounds gentle but is laced with venom. One of them is older and more calculating, and she sees this as revenge for a moment in the past. The younger one is being used, pushed forward like a pawn to plant seeds of division. Together, they are moving like shadows with rehearsed lines and timed visits. Type Amen to get blessing 411. Archangel Michael says, your spirit has already felt the weight of betrayal, even if you couldn't name it. You've sensed something shifting in your home, in your partner's mood, in the way conversations feel colder. These women are working with intention, not emotion. They are suggesting breaks, distance, time apart, not to heal, but to separate. One of them has even pretended to comfort your partner, while quietly collecting information to use against you. They know how to disguise manipulation as care, concern, and protection. Your name has been twisted, and your loyalty questioned behind closed doors. Type Amen to get blessing 452. They are trying to reframe your every move. They say you are controlling when you're being protective. They say you're distant when you're simply tired. They've created a version of you that doesn't exist, and your partner is starting to believe it. One of them carries your photo in her phone, not out of love, but as a reminder of what she plans to destroy. They have rewritten your story in a way that makes you the villain. Their goal is not just to break your relationship but to destroy your credibility. They want your partner to look at you and only see reasons to walk away. Type Amen to get blessing 489. They are using dreams, fake signs, and even twisted spiritual talk to justify their actions. They say things like, you deserve better, and maybe this was never meant to be, to plant confusion. They've called each other after every argument you've had. Their phones hold recordings, screenshots, and pieces of your private life. Archangel Michael says, the enemy is not outside your circle, it sits quietly within it. Someone you smiled at, someone who hugged you, is carrying poison in her tongue. They are feeding your partner thoughts that are not his own. The love in your house is under surveillance by envy. Type Amen to get blessing 506. Their plan began months ago, slow and subtle. At first, it was just a comment, a smirk, a suggestion. Now it is a full-scale attack hidden beneath friendly gestures. They have even staged situations to provoke you. They've shared secrets that were never theirs to reveal. They have used your emotions to paint you unstable. One of them once called you family, but her heart holds knives, not compassion. Type Amen to get blessing 523. They are using patience as their weapon. They know they can't win through speed, so they're winning through time. Every small doubt, every delayed response, every ignored text, they frame it as proof. They've created a false timeline of events to justify breaking your bond. They are hoping your partner will confront you, argue with you, and ultimately leave. One of them has even spoken to someone legal, discussing your rights and theirs. They want to make the split look like your fault. Type Amen to get blessing 548. They believe if your relationship ends, their power over your partner will grow. They have dreams of control, not love. They want your absence to be their entrance. One of them has already spoken to someone you both know, telling them it's just a matter of time. She brags in private about what she's setting in motion. They are scripting your downfall like it's a play. You've been cast as the villain, and they're spreading the script. Type Amen to get blessing 566. Archangel Michael says, they are using energy, emotion, and deception to break something sacred. Your home is being targeted with surgical manipulation. Your strength has kept this together longer than they expected. But cracks are forming, and they are celebrating it in secret. One woman has even said, it'll happen before the next season. She believes she can destroy you without ever touching you. She just wants to control the one who holds your heart. Type Amen to get blessing 582. They are using silence as their latest tool. Suddenly, they don't show up as often. They want you to think the storm has passed. But behind the silence is strategy. They have coached your partner on what to say to hurt you. They've created traps in conversation, hoping you'll fall into them. They study your facial expressions to find your weak spot. They've mastered smiling with their mouths while attacking with their eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 597. You've noticed your partner defending them lately. That's not coincidence, it's manipulation. They've painted themselves as protectors when they're the ones causing harm. One woman has told the other, we're almost there. They've even mocked your pain in private. They've watched your tears and called it progress. They measure your silence as success. Type Amen to get blessing 616. They are the architects of betrayal dressed in kindness. They are playing a long game, and they think you are too blind to notice. But Archangel Michael says, your awakening begins now. Heaven has seen the pages they've rewritten. Your love will not be destroyed by fiction. Your truth is rising, and the lies are about to choke. This battle is not just about your relationship, it's about your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 633. You are someone who was chosen to love fiercely, to protect fiercely. But now you are being called to stand fiercely. There is a shift coming, and the shadows will be exposed. One of them will confess, not because of guilt, but because her pride will trip her. She will say one wrong word to the wrong person. Your partner will hear something and realize, it was all a game. And when that happens, the veil will tear. Type Amen to get blessing 649. They thought you would beg, cry, or walk away broken. But they forgot, your silence is not weakness, it's strategy. You are not falling apart, you are observing, you are rising. This message is your proof. You were not paranoid. You were spiritually warned. This is not the end of your marriage. This is the beginning of its protection. Type Amen to get blessing 661. Prepare yourself emotionally, because the mask is coming off. The moment of exposure is near, and the one you love will see clearly. There will be a deep shock, but it will bring clarity. God is sending divine intervention into your house. The plan against you will turn to confusion. Their alliance will fall apart from the inside. The truth will speak louder than their whispers. Type Amen to get blessing 683. There is a fire awakening in you now. It will burn through the lies and cauterize the wounds. What they meant for harm will become your spiritual elevation. The women who tried to destroy your relationship will lose credibility, one by one. They will face a mirror they cannot escape. What they whispered about you will be shouted about them. This is the season of reversal. Type Amen to get blessing 701. The time has come to reclaim your place with courage, to stand in your truth with no fear, to protect your home, not with anger, but with wisdom. You will no longer question yourself. You will no longer entertain their lies. You will no longer allow manipulation to shape your story. This message is your divine armor. Type Amen to get blessing 722. Archangel Michael says, your tears have been counted. Your silence has been heard in heaven. And now, your justice is beginning. Let no one rewrite your truth again. Let no voice speak over your love again. Let no shadow dim the light that's within you. They tried to break you, but they've awakened something powerful instead. Type Amen to get blessing 740. Their plan is unraveling, thread by thread. The woman who smiled while plotting your downfall will begin to contradict her own stories. One slip of the tongue will expose the pattern, and eyes that were once closed will begin to open. The second woman will distance herself when things get messy. She was never loyal to the plan, only loyal to drama. Once the truth begins to surface, she will retreat in fear of the consequences. Their unity was built on lies, and lies cannot hold strong under divine light. Type Amen to get blessing 757. A person you least expect will come forward with evidence. It might be a message, a call, or a conversation overheard at the wrong time. This person will feel a heavy push from above to speak out. The timeline will begin to make sense, and your partner's eyes will water, not from pain, but realization. The moments that once felt like coincidences will now appear as traps. The separation they tried to create will be replaced by restoration. You will not be left in pieces, your love will be rebuilt. Stronger than ever. Type Amen to get blessing 772. You may feel the temptation to confront them, but heaven says, wait, the exposure is already in motion. Their downfall is being prepared, and your dignity must remain untouched. Archangel Michael says, do not let anger speak when truth will shout louder. Let peace be your weapon and wisdom your reply. Every lie they used against you will return like a boomerang, and it will hit the very heart of their manipulation. Type Amen to get blessing 790. They tried to make your partner believe you were distant, but your presence was always the anchor. Now, that anchor will pull truth out of the storm. One of them will suffer a public embarrassment, linked to something she did in your name. Her plan was secret, but the result will be loud. People who once sided with her will walk away in shame. She will beg for forgiveness from the one she led astray. Type Amen to get blessing 804. Your relationship will be tested, but not broken. It will be purified by this fire. What was meant to break it will refine it. These two women will become examples, not of power, but of what happens when evil hides behind smiles. They will try to change the story when it turns against them, but it will be too late. Screenshots, conversations, and timelines will expose their choreography. Even their allies will retreat, afraid of being next. Type Amen to get blessing 829. You will look back on this and feel proud, not just for surviving, but for standing tall. You will realize your patience saved more than just a marriage, it protected your legacy. They cannot destroy what God has blessed. Your home will feel warm again. Laughter will return without being forced. The heavy energy they invited will leave with them, and peace will move in, like sunlight through every room. Type Amen to get blessing 842. They underestimated the strength of spiritual protection. They thought manipulation could outmaneuver destiny. But destiny does not bow to gossip. Heaven knew this day would come. You were chosen not just to face this, but to overcome it. You are not just surviving a betrayal, you are rewriting your victory. The future they tried to steal from you is being handed back, untouched. Type Amen to get blessing 861. Archangel Michael says, "You are rising now. The lies will fall like dust, forgotten, and your name will shine again. Let them see that you were never weak. Let them watch as your home is restored. Let them hear your joy return. And let heaven finish what you started, with grace, not vengeance." Type Amen to get blessing 880. The women who tried to break you will soon speak your name with regret. They will realize they touched something sacred and triggered a protection they never saw coming. Everything they whispered in shadows will be dragged into the light. One of them will experience deep loss, not because of you, but because of the weight of her own choices. The guilt she buried under pride will begin to eat at her peace. She will watch you walk in strength and realize she can never undo the damage she caused. By then, the bond they worked so hard to break will be unshakable. Type Amen to get blessing 899. People who stayed silent while you suffered will soon shift sides. They will come to you with lowered heads, admitting they were misled. Their silence was complicity, but their change of heart will bring clarity to others. You won't need revenge. Your presence alone will become your response. Your stability will silence their false claims. The same voices that cursed you will be silenced by your glow. Type Amen to get blessing 911. You are stepping into a season where manipulation will have no place. Your home will be surrounded by divine walls. No secret agenda will make it through. They tried to shake your foundation, but instead, they taught you how to reinforce it. You now know who is for you and who is against you. You've seen faces shift and masks fall, and that awareness is your armor. Type Amen to get blessing 928. The time of confusion is ending. The time of revelation is here. Your story is entering a new chapter, one where love is guarded by truth. Those who used lies will now live in truth they can't control. They will try to rewrite their roles, but no one will read that story again. You've reclaimed the pen, and the script has changed. The ending belongs to you now. Type Amen to get blessing 945. Let peace return to your table. Let trust return to your eyes. Let love return without fear of being poisoned. The voices that used to linger in your partner's ears will soon be silent. They will recognize the difference between loyalty and manipulation. They will choose you, not because of pity, but because of truth. That choice will be loud, clear, and irreversible. Type Amen to get blessing 963. Even the walls in your home will feel lighter. The energy will shift as soon as their names are removed from your circle. Heaven is sealing your relationship with divine clarity. You will be reminded daily why you held on. The laughter that returns will be pure. The love that blooms will be deeper than before. And the pain they caused will become the soil for your growth. Type Amen to get blessing 981. From now on, protect your space with wisdom. Let only those who celebrate your union step inside it. Let only those who uplift your love speak over it. The trial was real, but so is the triumph. They threw fire at you, but you came out gold. Let them watch. Let them weep. Let them walk away. Because the chapter they tried to end has only just begun. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Now the winds are turning in your favor, and everything they plotted is coming back to them multiplied. Their circle of whispers is now a circle of isolation. The more they try to explain themselves, the more tangled their stories become. People around them are beginning to see the inconsistencies. What once sounded like concern now sounds like jealousy. Their attempts to act innocent fall flat because truth has already exposed the roots. They underestimated how fast divine justice moves when the heart is pure. Type Amen to get blessing 1008. You are no longer walking in uncertainty. You now walk in awareness, in confidence, in divine authority. Their opinions have lost power. Their influence has dissolved. Your partner has begun to see things with new eyes. Not just the lies, but the love you've given without asking anything in return. They will hold your hand differently now. They will speak your name with deeper understanding. Type Amen to get blessing 1022. You don't need to fight anymore. The battle has already been won. They thought the silence meant defeat, but the silence was protection. It kept you calm while heaven prepared your evidence. Archangel Michael says, there is no more delay. What they delayed is being restored tenfold. What they cursed is now carrying a divine seal. And no one, not even the women who tried to divide you, can touch what God has repaired. Type Amen to get blessing 1044. Watch how their names fade from your story. Watch how people stop mentioning them like they once did. Watch how doors open that they tried to close. Your elevation will become undeniable. Your voice will grow louder. Your presence will inspire others who are secretly going through the same pain. They will look at you and see hope. Type Amen to get blessing 1066. Soon, you will hear an apology, not just words, but actions. It may not come from the two women, but from someone influenced by them. That moment will confirm everything you felt deep within. You are not bitter, you are awakened. You are not broken, you are rebuilt. You are not hiding, you are glowing. Your journey now carries fire that purifies, not destroys. Type Amen to get blessing 1083. Let this message be a memory you revisit when things feel unclear again. Because clarity has already touched your path. The confusion, the doubt, the manipulation, it has all reached its limit. They can't return to your life the way they once did. Not because you hate them, but because your spirit now demands peace. And anything that doesn't align with that peace will no longer survive near you. This is the new rule of your house. Only truth stays. Type Amen to get blessing 1097. Everything is shifting, and you are in the center of the miracle. Your love life, your home, your mental peace, they are all being restored. And the lies that once threatened to collapse it all are dissolving into dust. There will be moments of disbelief when everything starts working again. You'll ask yourself, is this real? But remember, this is your reward. For your silence. For your patience. For your strength. You didn't just survive the test, you passed it with grace. Type Amen to get blessing 1112.